them, but they're like, every time that date comes and goes and what they claim isn't happening. But there's so many on there that are saying, no, don't give up. This is what's happening in March now. Yeah, it's terrible. And there was somebody local, one of the local guys in Rochester was just...
He's indicted. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a great dude. He's got some long Italian name and he's got the nickname in the middle, like Joe Bag of Donuts or something,
I wondered if you were related to him when I saw that.
I sent you the link when they posted him and they're like, we're looking for this man in Rochester.
Yeah, and he's got this triple name with a vowel at the end and everyone's like, it's got to be one of Cindy's uncles. But I sent it to a friend of mine who doesn't live here anymore, but she's like this lunatic, crazy Trump supporter. And she blocked me on all social media because she would post and I would just give her like a little comment back, but it would be way too challenging for her to try to defend. So instead they block you, instead of defending. So, I sent it to her and I was like, hey, come get your brother, man. She didn't respond. But I feel like they caught him because he had downloaded the instructions to make a pipe bomb.
Yeah, he had a bunch of thumb drives with like a ton of instructions on how to make different.
Yeah, did you see that fucking Jamoke? He can't make a pipe bomb. He can't dig himself out of a paper bag. I'm like, did they catch him like breaking into the?
They have pictures of him inside the.
Okay, good. All right,
That's
perfect.
Did
you see the one guy they caught was wearing his company like jacket for the company he worked for?
I live. He's from the suburb here.
They're so dumb.
Stupid.
They are
like
so
name and phone number, and you were pictured in the caption. No, I didn't go in there. And then they're like, "Here's the photo of you in there," and he's like, "Oh, okay."
BJ's Plumbing, 585-631. Call us for all your plumbing needs. Right on the back of his coat, you dumb bastard. Oh man, I'll tell you. And it's funny though, because I'm like, they really aren't the brightest. And it does, I mean, I have a lot of friends who, are members of the big Black Lives Matter groups here that, they go on the news and they're, they set up a lot of these protests and they're not violent. You know what I mean? But none of them know better than to say their full name, even if you're protesting, because honestly, who wants to be charged for something that, they're just like, hey, don't say our name, don't wear anything, but that's not black, that's easily, because even if you're protesting peacefully and somebody starts a ruckus ahead of you, you're kind of getting pushed into it. And they don't want to be falsely charged or maced or,
a picture, an instantaneous photo of someone shoving you, and it might look like you're fighting with them.
Thank you. Exactly. So they're all they have very strict rules when they're out there protesting and just ways to protect and help each other in any type of a situation that may occur. And I mean, I'm so sick of hearing them talk about, they burn this and they burn that. Those aren't protesters. Those are fucking criminals.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Okay. But it's just like they marched into that White House. I was like, they took no tips from anybody who's ever protested before. They got their word. They're tweeting. They're posting photos. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them that were like, no, I didn't go inside. I was just here for the protest. We were out here on the lawn. And then the cops show them the video of that they posted to their Twitter account. And they're like, how do you deny that? You shared this.
Oh, okay. So my favorite, which I don't, you follow the Instagram page with all the criminals that, okay, whatever they call them.
Yeah, I'm like hoping
homegrown. Is it called homegrown terror?
terror?
Yeah. So they post all these photos. Well, my favorite was the whole set with that stupid blonde realtor. Where I don't know where she was from.
Danny
Texas?
Ryan from Plano, Dallas area.
Dallas, right. They took a private jet to the protest. Number one. Jen, the fuck would a private jet go into a protest? Okay. Then she posted herself on the jet with all her Trump things. We're going in. Posted herself marching into the Capitol building. And I'm like, and then she's crying because she got arrested. And I believe that they had a GoFundMe or something. They were trying.
PayPal. She posted her PayPal on Twitter for legal fees, and PayPal's like, yeah, no, and canceled that. So then she wanted Trump to pardon her.
Yeah, and so did the
all kinds of business
for him. She just listened. She was just trying to please him. So forgive her.
These people fall asleep with like Trump posters on their ceilings. It's so.
I mean, they definitely have the flags up and the MAGA hat.
All right. So here's one of my thoughts. Okay.
That sun is so bright.
Some people become, I'm sorry, it's just tried. Okay, we're here. They will try to like, I don't know how to say this without sounding completely like, I believe that some of the cult people that follow these ridiculous things, whether it's the whole conspiracy with Trump or any of that. I believe that it's like an addiction of the mind. Like they become addicted to like the idea as opposed to like alcohol or food it's like an addiction of the mind.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is people are afraid to feel stupid and you start to believe it and then you go further and further in and then you get so deep in and you're like, I couldn't have been fooled this much, this long. Like, it has to be true. Like, you just cross a certain point where you can't rationalize with yourself that you've been duped this far along. So you just keep following.
Yeah, you don't even question it because you want answers, and this gives you one, whether it's right or not. But it keeps you going.
But what's going to happen to these people when March 4th, nothing happens? Are they going to wait till May 16th and something else is going to happen?
Yeah, starting a party. They're going to start. They've already started. To say they could be, fellow patriots, whatever. They are, starting the MAGA Patriot LLC in Texas. The groups are starting to try to split the Republican Party and have their own Patriot Party.
Right. Trump is going to do, he's going to want to do that. I don't think he's going to get convicted. So I do believe he's going to be able to run again.
Did you hear, though, his whole team just walked out on him? The trial.
Yeah, because he's still, right. And I think that the rumor was they're having a really hard time coming up with a defense for him because he's still claiming he won and he's not helping himself. But it doesn't matter because they can get up there and pretty much eat shit. They don't have the votes of the Republicans unless the Republicans behind closed doors aren't discussing it until it comes time to vote. And then they're going to do the whammy and get rid of him. But my thing is, politically, I don't see why keeping him is benefiting them. Because if he runs as this Patriot Party in 4 years, they're going to split the vote.
Yeah. 100%.
I think it would be a shoo-in for the Democrats.
Yeah. They're just going to shoot. The Republicans are going to shoot themselves in the foot if they let him.
Right. Continue. But maybe they're going to let him come back and run as a Republican.
I don't know, dude.
Rumor is Ivanka's running in Florida.
Oh, God.
I could see that.
Senate, but I don't know. So did they, in the book, Lauren, did they talk about any specific cults that you got to read about? Did anybody watch The Vow?
No, I haven't. But I've read a little bit about that, and that is wild. They did, to your point about addiction and it's like an addiction and the need to have that information or that high or whatever.
Right. Okay.
They talked about, like, I was looking like, how do you get out of a cult? And if you get out of it, what do you do then? And it's like, you see some of those, people who are addicted to drugs who, come to see the light of day after, a bad overdose. And then they become this like staunch Christian, and they tell everybody their story about how they OD'd and then found Jesus. And so I think it kind of works in that sense of like, you move on from one addiction to another. To something that feeds your, whether it's drugs or religion or, and religion to an extent can be very cult-like.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's the one thing, I hate to hurt people's feelings that do, are into religion, because it's not obviously like I'm talking about the hardcore that stand at the corner during gay pride with a bunch of signs and screaming about sodomy and you're going to hell. I mean, I'm talking those really hardcore people. Like where does this come from? That's what I'm talking about.
That is cult-like in a religion sense.
Right. I mean, I have a few friends that are into religion, but it's very it's cultish. It is. They believe they can put their hands on you and they heal you with their hands. They speak in tongues. It's bizarro. I have a friend who will not watch. She used to come over here on Sundays and she won't anymore because we used to watch Walking Dead. And she said that, her church told her that the demons will come out of the TV. And she said that I'm getting evil spirits in me, and she brought some oil to put on me.
Was that Lorraine?
Yeah, don't say names.
Oh, bless. You can cut that out, but I knew that was her. Holy crap.
Yeah. And, I feel terrible because I know some of these people need to be on meds in general.
I think that's an area where they need to I think they need to start moving and to studying those people's brains and their chemical makeup and like what, is there a tie to mental illness and these theories and things that you believe?
Yep.
But
and I got to tell you,
think they're crazy, so they're not going to participate in study.
Their whole family is like that, so it has to be right.
Yeah, like
something wired in the brain. Like, what about these families that they get their kids all into these cults? You know what I mean?
It's scary. It's really, and who said that? Somebody said that on one of the Zoom calls that their kid in class, I think it was Amanda, and her daughter told her, the little girls, like they're like 7, 8 years old, were like, oh, you don't like Trump? You can't be in our group of friends. Like, that's bizarre for little kids. Like, imagine what they're hearing at home if it's enough that they're taking that to school and who their friends are. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember anything like that growing up. Probably because my parents were hippies, but
you were already in a cult.
Right? They were just like pot smoking, whatever. Like,
yeah. So the whole, I find all of it fascinating, but I don't have the strength to sit through the vow. I tried. And it was, I don't know. Jen, what did you think?
I only got like maybe halfway through, 2/3 through. Honestly, the mom, I know she was trying to get her daughter out. She just annoyed the crap out of me. Like,
all right. So it wasn't a family affair like Scientology is, right?
No, it was like
a lot of Scientologists, the mother gets the kids.
No, they wanted like hot actresses to brand a la Armie Hammer.
Yeah, they was it. I forget.
They all got the little vajayjay tattoos.
It was the NXIVM letters.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. No. It was the
It wasn't
Keith Raniere. It was the R, and who's the woman? whatever I want to say Natalie, but it's not Natalie. But anyways, the two of them, Keith Raniere and then whatever the head woman's name are, it was a cross between their two letters is what the brand is.